The stars burned cold and eternal, scattered like shattered glass across the infinite black of the cosmos. The Galactic Empire's flagship, Dominator, carved a silent path through the void, its silver hull a gleaming testament to the Empire's unchallenged dominion. On the command bridge, Admiral Teal stood like a monolith, his scaled forearms clasped behind his back, the blue glow of the control panels casting eerie shadows across his reptilian features. His yellow eyes, slitted and unblinking, surveyed the holographic star chart before him. How much longer until we reach this Earth? The word felt alien, clumsy on his forked tongue, as if it carried no weight in the grand tapestry of the Empire's 1,000 worlds. 3 hours, Admiral, replied Commander Mox, his claws dancing across a transparent screen. Our scout ships have already entered their solar system. Their defensive capabilities are negligible. Toll's lips curled into a faint, predatory smile. Negligible. The Emperor had dispatched him on countless first contact missions, each a ritual of awe and submission as lesser species knelt before the Empire's might. But this was barely a mission. The humans, according to the scout reports, were a fractured species, their technology so primitive they had only just clawed their way to their own moon. Their world was a patchwork of squabbling factions, ripe for the taking. Prepare the standard intimidation formation, Toll ordered, his voice a low rumble. Let these primitives witness the true face of power. Behind the Dominator, 20 warships slid into perfect alignment, their sleek forms a symphony of destruction. Each vessel was a masterpiece of imperial engineering, capable of reducing cities to ash from orbit. The formation was a display honed over centuries, a psychological hammer that had broken the will of countless species. It would break the humans, too. As the fleet approached Earth's solar system, sensors pinged with faint activity. The humans had noticed their arrival, scrambling their own vessels, pathetic, clunky things propelled by chemical rockets, trailing plumes of fire like the toys of a child race. On the bridge, Commander Mox snorted, his tail flicking in amusement. Look at those relics. Combustion engines? How have they not annihilated themselves? Even we were primitive once, Toll said, though his tone carried no warmth. Open a communication channel. Let's see if they can at least speak like a civilized species. The main screen flickered, and a human face appeared. General Tom, head of Earth's Unified Defense Command, stared back with a calmness that sent a faint ripple of unease through Teal. Most species quaked at the sight of an Imperial fleet. This one did not. Unknown vessels. This is Earth Defense Command, General Tom said, his voice steady. You have entered restricted space. Identify yourselves and state your purpose. Toll stepped forward, rising to his full 8-foot height, his presence dominating the bridge. I am Admiral Toll of the Galactic Empire, servant of Emperor. Dura, ruler of 1,000 worlds. Your planet has been deemed worthy of the Emperor's notice. We offer you the chance to join our glorious empire as a protected territory. General Tom's expression remained unchanged, a stone wall against Toll's grandeur. And if we decline this opportunity? The question caught Toll off guard. Decline. Most species begged for the Empire's protection, their leaders, trembling at the mere sight of a warship. Then we would be forced to demonstrate the benefits of our protection, Toll replied, his voice icing over. Your world is but a speck in a dangerous galaxy. It would be unwise to face its perils alone. General Tom nodded slowly, as if weighing the words. I see. Let me be clear, Admiral. Earth has no interest in becoming anyone's territory. We welcome peaceful relations, but we will defend our independence. Commander Mox barked a laugh, unable to contain himself. Defend? With those metal cans you call ships? Toll raised a claw to silence him, but the damage was done. General Tom's eyes hardened, a glint of steel beneath his calm facade. We may lack your technology, Admiral, but humans have something your empire seems to lack: respect for others. I suggest you reconsider your approach. The transmission cut off abruptly, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. Toll stared at the blank screen, a flicker of doubt worming its way into his mind. Brave or foolish? He couldn't decide. Send scout ship to their orbital stations, he ordered. Let's see how they react to a closer look. A sleek Imperial scout broke formation, gliding toward Earth's orbit, where a scattering of space stations and satellites hung like fragile ornaments. Sensors detected a surge of activity from the planet below. Admiral, the humans are launching something, the sensor officer reported. A small vessel, primitive design but moving faster than expected. The view screen zoomed in on the human ship, a boxy, ungainly thing, barely a tenth the size of the Scout. Mox laughed again. Are they attacking us with that? Toll didn't share his amusement. Something about the human vessel's sudden acceleration, its reckless trajectory, set his instincts on edge. Order the Scout to maintain distance. Too late. The human ship surged forward with unnatural agility, closing the gap in seconds. It latched onto the Scout's hull like a parasite, and before anyone could react, a blinding flash erupted. Across the view screen, when the light faded, the Scout was adrift, its systems dark. The human vessel detached and retreated to Earth with unnerving speed. Impossible, Mox roared. They disabled an Imperial ship? How? Analysis. Toll demanded, his voice tight. The science officer's claws trembled as he scanned the data. It appears to be an electromagnetic pulse weapon, Admiral. Simple but effective. The Scout systems are rebooting now. Toll's stomach churned. No species had ever dared, let alone succeeded, in damaging an Imperial vessel during first contact. The bridge crew exchanged uneasy glances, their confidence shaken. Before Toll could issue another order, the communications officer spoke. Admiral, another transmission from Earth. General Tom's face reappeared, his expression unchanged. That was a warning, Admiral. We prefer peace, but we are prepared for war. You have 24 hours to leave our solar system. The transmission ended, and Teol stood frozen, his mind racing. These humans were not like the others. They showed no fear. They had fought back and won. Recall all ships, he said finally, his voice heavy. We must report this to the Emperor. These humans, they are not what we expected. As the Imperial fleet retreated, Teol gazed at Earth's blue orb on the view screen. For the first time in his centuries-long career, he felt the weight of uncertainty. The Empire had subdued thousands of species, but none like this. This isn't over, he murmured. We'll return, humans. And next time, we won't underestimate you. Tree. Months later, the Imperial Council chambers on Zarvis Prime buzzed with tension. Admiral Toll stood before Emperor Dara, his scales dulled by stress, recounting the humiliating encounter for what felt like the 100th time. The Emperor loomed on his throne, his bioluminescent patterns pulsing with barely contained fury. You're certain their technology was primitive? Dara's voice was a low growl, each word dripping with disbelief. Yes, Emperor, Toll replied, forcing confidence he no longer felt. They rely on chemical rockets and combustion engines. Their attack was a fluke, a lucky strike. Dara's eyes narrowed, his massive form radiating menace. Then we shall send a proper force. These humans will learn the cost of defying the Empire. Before Toll could respond, a junior officer burst into the chamber, his scales pale. With panic. Forgive me, Emperor, he gasped, dropping to his knees. Long-range sensors have detected an anomaly in Sector 7. What is it? Dara demanded. A human ship, sir, the officer stammered. Massive, nearly the size of our largest battlecruiser. Its energy readings are unprecedented. Laughter rippled through the chamber, sharp and dismissive. A single human ship? Hardly a threat. But Toll's heart sank. He had seen what a primitive human vessel could do. Show me, he said quietly. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing a vessel unlike any in the Imperial database. It was colossal, its blocky, overbuilt design a stark contrast to the sleek elegance of Imperial warships. Thick armor plating covered its hull, and redundant systems bristled across its surface like the spines of some ancient beast. "That can't be a human warship," Tal whispered. "Is that possible?" Dura rose, his patterns flaring crimson. "Captain V. Ven," he barked. A tall, slender figure stepped from the shadows. Captain V. Ven, the Empire's greatest strategist, was a living legend, his face half covered in metallic implants that enhanced his already formidable intellect. "Yes, Emperor? Take your battle group to intercept this vessel," Dira commanded. "Determine if it is truly human and how they've advanced so quickly." Viven, his organic eye glinting with curiosity. "As you command." The Imperial battle group dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of Sector 7, 5 warships arranging themselves in a predatory crescent. On the bridge of the lead ship, Invincible, Captain Viven studied the human vessel with a mix of fascination and dread. It was a fortress in space, its design defying every principle of Imperial engineering. Where their ships were elegant, this was brutal, over-engineered, redundant, unyielding. "There it is," his second-in-command murmured, pointing to the sensor display. Ven's mechanical eye whirred, processing data at blinding speed. "They're hailing us," the communications officer reported. "On screen," Viven ordered. The view screen flickered, revealing a human in a simple, dark uniform. "This is Captain Jack of the Earth vessel Defiance. We come in peace and request diplomatic talks with the Galactic Empire." Viven studied the human, searching for weakness. "This is Captain Viven of the Imperial Defense Fleet. Your ship's capabilities exceed our intelligence on human technology. Explain yourselves." Captain Jack's lips twitched in a faint smile. "Captain, we've been watching the stars for centuries. Did you think we'd reveal our full strength to the first aliens who arrived? You claim this advancement was hidden during our first contact," Viven asked, his voice laced with skepticism. "Not hidden," Jack replied. "Just not displayed. Your Admiral Teol didn't exactly inspire trust." Viven's mind raced. If the humans had deceived them about their technology, what else were they hiding? His science officer leaned in, whispering, "Sir, their power source is controlled fusion, but it's stabilized in ways our scientists deemed impossible." Viven kept his expression neutral. "Captain Jack, the Emperor has authorized preliminary negotiations. Would you come aboard my vessel?" "I'd be delighted," Jack said, "but I must insist on bringing a small security detail." "Of course," Viven replied. "We'll prepare a shuttle bay." As the transmission ended, Viven turned to his crew. "Full analysis of that ship. I want everything before they arrive, and alert the Emperor." An hour later, Captain Jack stood in the Invincible's grand meeting room, flanked by 3 human officers. They showed no awe at the Imperial technology surrounding them, their posture relaxed but alert. Viven gestured to the table. "Your ship is remarkable. Our scientists are particularly interested in your power source." Jack nodded. "Simple fusion. We've been refining it for centuries." "But your containment field," the Imperial science officer interjected. "It shouldn't be possible. The energy required." "Energy isn't the answer," said a human officer, a woman with short gray hair. "We approached it from material science. While you built energy fields to contain plasma, we developed materials to withstand it." Viven blinked, his implants struggling to process the implications. "Material science. Different path, same destination," Jack said. "Your elegant solutions are vulnerable to single points of failure. We build redundancy into everything." Viven's hearts quickened. The Empire had always dismissed physical materials as primitive, focusing instead on energy manipulation. Had they been wrong? "And your weapons?" he asked carefully. "We prefer not to discuss those," Jack said. "We're here for peace, not war." Viven nodded, but his unease grew. "You must understand our concern. 3 months ago, you were barely lunar capable. Now you arrive in a warship rivaling our best." Jack's eyes met his, steady and unyielding. "We've been preparing for a long time, Captain. When your fleet arrived with threats, we accelerated our timeline." A buzz from Viven's communicator. interrupted them. He stepped away, listening as his sensor officer's voice crackled with urgency. Sir, the human ship has activated weapon systems. The energy output could disable our entire battle group. Viven glanced at Jack, who sat calmly, betraying no hostility. Are they targeting us? No, sir. But another Imperial fleet is approaching. The humans detected it. Viven returned to the table, his face a mask. Captain Jack, our sensors indicate your ship has powered weapons. Care to explain? Just a precaution, Jack said. Your Emperor's reinforcements will arrive soon. We'd prefer diplomacy, but we're ready if it fails. Viven's implants whirred, analyzing probabilities. How had the humans detected the fleet? Their sensor technology rivaled or surpassed the Empire's. I assure you there's no need for weapons, he said, his voice steady. The Emperor wishes these talks to proceed smoothly. Of course, Jack said, his smile sharp. Let's discuss diplomatic relations. As the talks continued, Viven couldn't shake the realization that the Empire had underestimated these humans at every turn. Their technology, their strategy, their resolve. It was all wrong, and that wrongness was terrifying. In the Grand Imperial Council chamber, silence reigned as Viven concluded his report. Emperor Dara's patterns pulsed erratically, betraying his unease. You mean to say these humans achieved fusion with material containment? Yes, Emperor, Viven said, projecting data onto the screen. Their approach is fundamentally different. Where we refine, they overbuild. Where we perfect, they iterate. Admiral Toll stepped forward, his scales pale. Different? How? They pursue redundancy over elegance, Viven explained. Their systems have multiple backups, their ships multiple cores. They've revived technologies we abandoned as inefficient and made them devastatingly effective. The chamber erupted in murmurs. The Empire's pride was its elegance, its minimalism. The human approach was an affront to their philosophy. Dara raised a claw for silence. Bring in the human delegates. I will hear this from them. Captain Jack and his team entered, unbowed by the Empire's grandeur. Jack bowed slightly. Emperor, we're happy to explain, though I'm a soldier, not a scientist. Dr. Anna can answer technical questions. Dr. Anna, the gray-haired officer, stepped forward. When we detected your scout ships, we accelerated our plans. Our telescopes have watched your empire for centuries. Impossible, the Imperial Science Advisor scoffed. Your technology. Our space travel was limited, Anna interrupted, but our observational tools are advanced. We've studied the universe for hundreds of years. She activated a holographic device, displaying the Defiance's schematics. Your ships are precise, elegant. Ours are fortresses, redundant, robust. Your fusion reactors use energy fields, vulnerable to fluctuations. Ours use materials that withstand the plasma's heat. Inefficient, the science advisor protested. Reliable, Anna countered. If your field fails, your reactor dies. If our containment fails, we have backups. Dara leaned forward, intrigued. This philosophy extends to all your systems? Yes, Jack said. Our ships have dozens of computer cores, multiple power grids. It's not elegant, but it's resilient. The hologram shifted to the Defiance's weapons, and the Council tensed. We focused on kinetic energy, Jack said. Small projectiles, near light speed. Simple physics, devastating impact. Primitive, Commander Mox sneered. Advanced execution, Jack corrected. Each projectile carries enough energy to disable your ships. Your shields can't stop them. Why reveal this? Dara asked. You give away your advantage. Because we want peace, Jack said. The Defiance is a deterrent, not an invasion force. Dr. Anna added. We've watched your empire absorb species, often by force. We chose to negotiate from strength. Dara's patterns pulsed. Rapidly. And if we refuse peace, if we deem your technology a threat, the Defiance isn't our only ship, Jack said, his voice steady. It's just the first we revealed. A junior officer burst in, whispering to Toll. The admirals. Scales paled further. Emperor, Sensors detect energy signatures like the defiances in 7 sectors of Imperial space. Dra stood, towering over the chamber. Is this an invasion? No, Jack said. Insurance. Those ships will hold position unless Earth is attacked. For the first time in millennia, Dra felt uncertainty. These humans had infiltrated Imperial space undetected, their technology a silent rebuke to the Empire's arrogance. We will continue these talks formally, he said. A treaty may benefit us all. Jack nodded. That's why we're here, Emperor. Humanity seeks equality, not subjugation. As the humans were escorted out, Toll approached Dra. They can't have a fleet like the Defiance, it's a bluff. Are you willing to risk the Empire to find out? Dra asked. These humans are not primitive. They're dangerously innovative. Outside, Jack and Anna exchanged a glance. Their gamble had worked. The Defiance was their only true warship. The other signatures were decoys, a centuries-old human trick. But the real fleet was coming. Earth's forges burned day and night, and the Empire would soon face a reckoning. Months later, the Imperial War Room was a hive of activity. The Defiance held position at the Krill system's edge, a silent sentinel. Emperor Dira entered, his patterns deep red with fury. The humans refused to submit. They demand independence. Toll bowed. Your orders, Emperor? Deploy the Armada. Dra commanded. 20 battle cruisers, show them our might. Captain Viven stepped forward. Emperor, we should reconsider. The humans' capabilities. Are you suggesting weakness? Dra snapped. Caution, Viven said, until we understand their technology. Your caution is noted, Dra said coldly. Admiral Toll will lead the attack. Hours later, Toll stood on the Conqueror's bridge, commanding 20 battle cruisers in a flawless formation. The Defiance floated alone, its crude design mocking their elegance. Open communications, Toll ordered. Captain Jack appeared, calm as ever. Captain, this is your final chance to surrender, Toll declared. Your ship cannot stand against the Armada. Admiral, you chose war, Jack said. What happens next is on you. You threaten us with one ship? Toll laughed. Madness. Not madness, Jack said. Mathematics. The transmission ended. Target their propulsion, Toll ordered. Disable, don't destroy. The Armada fired, their energy weapons painting the void with light. But the beams bent around the Defiance, sliding off an invisible barrier. Gravitational shields, the weapons officer stammered. They're bending our attacks. Impossible, Toll hissed. Sir, they're powering weapons, the sensor officer said. Panels opened on the Defiance's hull, revealing gun barrels. Projectiles, accelerating to near-light speed. The Defiance fired, silent and invisible. The Relentless exploded, its shields useless against the kinetic onslaught. Evasive maneuvers, Toll shouted. But the Defiance fired again, each shot precise, disabling ships with surgical efficiency. We've lost 6 ships, the communications officer reported. 3 destroyed, 3 disabled. How? Toll demanded. Their firing solution is perfect, the science officer said. They target critical systems with minimal damage. The Defiance fired again, a finger-sized projectile punching through another cruiser's hull. Jack's face reappeared. Admiral, you've lost 9 ships. Our shields are untouchable. Stop this. Toll stared, his fleet crumbling. What are you? He whispered. Humans, Jack said. We took a different path. Kinetics, redundancy, gravitational lenses, better results. Stand down, Toll ordered, his voice breaking. Cease fire. The bridge gasped. An Imperial retreat was unthinkable. We cannot win, Toll said. Not today. To Jack, he said, we withdraw, Captain. But the Empire does not forget. We hope for peace, Jack replied. Safe journey. As the Armada limped away, Toll stared at the Defiance. One ship had shattered the Empire's myth of invincibility. The Emperor had to know. On Zarvis Prime, chaos reigned. News of the defeat spread, and the Council demanded answers. One ship, Counselor Vex asked. The same humans we called primitive? Dara's patterns dimmed. Their technology is different. We underestimated them. The chamber erupted, some demanding war, others negotiation. Viven entered, his eye whirring. Emperor. Sensors. Detect 17 ships with the Defiance's signature, positioned at key trade routes. Blockade? No. Observation, a show of power. They request communication, Viven said. Jack appeared, formal now. Emperor, our ships are peaceful and less provoked. Your attack on the Defiance necessitated protection. What do you want? Dara asked. Peaceful coexistence, Jack said. Sovereignty, non-aggression, fair trade, and an end to forced assimilation. The council roared. Jack's terms would dismantle the Empire's foundation. Your methods maintained. Peace, Jack said. But at what cost? Force is no longer enough. The screen showed the human fleet, each ship unique but united in design. Specialized, Jack said. Defense, support, combat. A demonstration. If we refuse, Dira asked. We'll defend ourselves, Jack said. But we offer partnership. You could have attacked, Dara said. Why didn't you? That's not who we are, Jack said. Destruction breeds conflict. We propose a confederation of equals. Dr. Anna presented a detailed plan. Government, trade, technology exchange. Your empire brought order, she said, but systems must evolve. Dra was silent. No species had ever challenged the empire as equals. Your proposal requires consideration, he said. Our fleet will hold position, Jack replied. After the transmission, Dira asked Teol, could we defeat them? Perhaps. Teol said, but the cost, and they're building more. Dara gazed over the capital. Perhaps it's time to evolve. Viven nodded. Their approach is effective. We could learn. Negotiate, Dira said. The Empire must adapt. As news spread, species across the galaxy stirred. Some allied with Earth, others demanded equality. A new era dawned, not through conquest, but through the recognition that different paths could lead to greatness. On the Defiance, Jack smiled. Humanity had earned its place not by mimicking the Empire, but by being human, innovative, resilient, relentless. The real work was just beginning.